Okay.
Okay.
We've got 4 minutes and we'll let everybody in. So
Ooh,
hold your book up.
hold the book up.
So far there's 5 people in the waiting room. So hold your book up. So welcome. We are about to let everybody into Beki's book launch celebration party. Her book is available today. Yay to Beki. And so it's called C.O.A.C.H, the Introverted Skeptic's Guide to Leadership. So Beki, tell me in 3 words, what your whole writing process and publishing process, what that felt for you. 3 words.
Incredibly liberated and connected.
Those are good. Oh my gosh. Yay. Okay, so you excited?
I am super excited. Yes,
I'm gonna
absolutely.
wait right to the top of the hour to let everybody in. So nice deep breath, and it'll be so fun party. I can't believe you sound great. I can't believe you're feeling
I've been drinking tea all day and waiting for now to get the wine.
Yeah, for the cheers. I have mine too. Mine's kombucha. Hold it up.
There you go.
Cheers. Cheers to you.
Yes, cheers for me for right now.
I better take a sip. You have to take a sip after you cheers.
Yes, it's bad luck not to.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, and just to mention too, I had talked to my husband. He's had kind of a long week. So I asked him about, whether or not he would want to say something. He's kind of opting out tonight to kind of say anything. He acknowledges he's super proud of me and stuff, but just so you know that he's like a little bit on the side of, I have no words left this week.
Yeah, no worries, because you know what? We just go with it. This is a fun party, and this is just a celebration of you and your hard work, and just to come together. It's short and sweet, and just, you know what, just to honor all your hard work. Like, I'm so thrilled that you got those flowers behind you and that you're being so supported, and you have all these people showing up just to celebrate you, and that's what it's all about, right? A lot of hard work went into this. So
yes, it really did. And it's been here. Let me see if I can do a little bit even less glare. Yeah, that's better maybe. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I wish I got my copy.
Yeah.
It's coming tomorrow though. It says in my thing.
Yeah, I can't wait until you get yours. And then and I do have a couple of signings that are scheduled for next month as well. So 2 locally and then 1 in the Twin Cities metro area. So it'll be fun and exciting.
Oh my gosh, you have to take pictures and post it. I'll repost it for you, of course. And that's so amazing. Yay. Must feel so good.
Yes. I mean, honestly, even the recording that I did of opening up the book, here, I'm going to actually tilt this down just a little, make sure that we don't see any of my messy behind me.
Or your cat.
Yeah, I've got the boy in here right now. So, but yeah, it was more emotional than I expected it to be. So I've actually warned a couple of people I might do an ugly cry. So they have to be nice about that.
You do not need to apologize. It is emotional because it is, hours upon hours of your dedicated time. It's your passion. It's your heart that you've put into this book. It's years and years of experience at your work, and, all your education training at university. And so it's all kind of sandwiched into your little, this is your baby. So it makes sense that you're emotional, right? And so proud, and you should be, right? Okay, so we are here at 5:01. So I'm going to start admitting people.
Fabulous.
Yay. We'll just walk. Hello, hello. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Hey, we're letting people in here. Welcome. Hey, everybody. Welcome. Feel free to put your camera on. Celebrate with us. letting everybody in here. Give them a couple of minutes. Feel free to write in the chat any words of celebration and honoring Beki Fraser here in the chat. I will be giving it to her after our wonderful celebration party.
Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth.
Yay, so many messages there for you, Beki. Welcome everyone. Just a couple more seconds.
If you feel like that's what you want to do. Bring me down.
Hello, Tammy. Hello, Marie. Hi, Karen. Hello, John. Felicia. I'm partial to the name Felicia. My daughter's name is Felicia. Such a pretty name. Susan, hello. Tina, welcome. Mark, hello, hello. Hey, Teresa. Hi, Mel. God, you're suddenly converted from one room to another, right? Welcome, welcome. Hello, Kate. Hello, Sam. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Beki Fraser's book launch party. Yay! Feel free to unmute yourself and just give her a nice hooray, cheers, congratulations.
Yay!
You go, girl.
Thank you. I'm just so excited to see everyone here. I've warned some people that I might do ugly crying, and I'm definitely at risk of doing that right now. So we're gonna just see how this plays out. It's all right. I've been told I get full permission today to be able to do any kind of ugly crying I want to do. So I'm feeling pretty safe in this crowd.
Yes, this is so true. And I was just saying to Beki before we came on that it is because there's so much emotion put into this. There's so much love, passion, and energy, and lots of time and education and knowledge all sandwiched into this little book baby, and you give birth to it. So it makes sense that, you know, it's an emotional day. It's a day of celebration. And that is why we're coming together, family and friends. Thank you so much for being here to support Beki, and just feel free to mute yourself if you have some background noise there. And I just wanted to personally celebrate you, Beki, and thank you so much for all your hard work in bringing this book to life. And here we go. Sorry, I'm just making sure we have some background noise there. Oh, it's Jeff. There we go. We'll mute you. I found you. I found where the culprit was. There we go. So my name is Andrea Seidel, and I am the founder of Live Life Happy Publishing, and I have had the honor and privilege of working with Beki. She is such an incredible human being, and it just has been so much fun. And I'll just turn it over to you, Beki, to welcome everybody here, and then we'll get on with the celebration.
Yes, absolutely. I just, as I was saying before, it's really just amazing to see everyone. And I'm just grateful that everyone showed up. There are many of you, if maybe not all of you, that I've had conversations with about the struggles and the opportunities and the joys of kind of the breakthroughs in my writing process. And so it's just really amazing to have you all here with me as I get to this point. So thank you, thank you, thank you for coming today. I think there might be a great nephew in the background over there.
Wonderful. And that was so cute too. It was like a mom going, shh, you know. Tammy, you're so sweet. So, oh my gosh. So we are here to celebrate the C.O.A.C.H, the Introverted Skeptic's Guide to Leadership, and it is available today everywhere that you can purchase your books, anywhere, your local bookstores, everywhere online. And if you haven't already gotten your copy, this book is all about being an introverted skeptic and showing up in leadership when sometimes you feel like, do I need to fit into the mold, the typical mold of leadership? Or, you know, is there a way to embrace my individuality and maybe also identifying as an introverted skeptic? And we'll talk a little bit more about all that in a second. But Beki, can you share with us what inspired you to write this book?
So it actually started a while ago. I've always kind of joked around. Most HR people will kind of have a background joke where they talk about the book we're going to write because you can't make these stories up. And so we always kind of talk about the chapters and things like that. But the real activation actually turned out at my 20-year anniversary or reunion rather for Yale School of Management, where Jules, a former classmate of mine, was like, "Why haven't you written a book yet?" And for those of you who know Jules, you completely understand exactly the tonality of that, which was, "Girl, you need to be out there writing this book." So she helped me develop a little bit of a theme and an idea around it. It's not actually the book I wrote, but what she did is she seeded the idea of having a book come out with my name on it. And so this one came to be mostly because these introverted skeptics are the people who have and continue to show up in my life all of the time, whether it's friendships, relationships, like personal kind of connections, like, I don't know, maybe my husband, and a couple of other coaching clients and things like that who have just been an amazing part of my life, but often get underappreciated and undervalued because they show up in ways that people don't always understand what is going on behind them, that they're not in a place of judgment and criticism, that they're just in a place of curiosity and maybe on a quiet kind of level of doing that. And I just wanted to speak to that group.
That's incredible. And so when you were writing this book, you wrote it obviously for the introverted skeptic, but also what I love about your book is that you also wrote it for people who might not be an introverted skeptic and maybe, are in a leadership role, but need to also understand other people who might be an introverted skeptic, and that it actually could be a good thing to embrace. And also sometimes we think that if we go into leadership, we need to be an extrovert and behave in a certain way. So what I love about your book is that it comes from such a beautiful, loving place to really embrace all kinds of leadership and really utilize and tap into your strengths and seeing it as a superpower. And so I like this. I really love, and I don't want to give away too much, but your book is incredible. I love the skill builders that you morphed into it. So you basically, you give a story, an insight, you help people kind of relate. And then you also give these amazing skill builders to help them build the skills and so that they can take action as well. And then my favorite part about your book is the C.O.A.C.H acronym, actually, and walking yourself through, because it's one thing to be coached. And then I love that you draw on your years of experience as a professional certified coach and you walk people through, like, yes, you can take this action, but why are you taking this action? So you came up with this brilliant C.O.A.C.H formula and to walk yourself through. And I've already used it so many times, thanks to you. So that's my favorite part about the book, but I'm curious, what is your favorite part?
I think I agree with all of the things that you said there. And I think a big part of why I wrote it the way that I did, and my favorite piece of it, is that easy for me to say, integration of the ideas of like a coaching conversation where it's just evoking thoughts and people can choose what they do with the thoughts that come up with it for them in that moment as I'm asking those questions and exploring those ideas, as opposed to the other side, which is sometimes we just don't know what to do. So those skill builders getting paired with almost like a pairing at a tasting menu, which many of you also know how much I love a tasting menu. And so I really wanted to kind of deliver that experience as well, which is this arc of a coaching conversation where we do talk about, what is this experience that you have? What is the pain that you have? Think about some of the alternatives there and then coming to this place of, it could be better. This is what it might look like. And then the idea of having a skill that you might be able to build on with acknowledging and validating, or building a strategic plan, those kinds of things, to be able to say, now I have some idea of the skill base that I can start to develop.
Amazing. And so you are the person to write this book because you have your MBA, you're a professional certified coach, and you've been working in HR forever. And so who is it that would really benefit from purchasing this book?
I do think that it is the leaders in an organization who are one, perhaps they are an introverted skeptic themselves, and it's an opportunity for them to think about, how is it that I choose to show up as me? It's a big part to me of someone who is looking for that opportunity to lead as who they are, because you're always second best when you're trying to be someone else. And so finding that way to lead as you powerfully. And the other side of that is, if you have direct reports and you have a team, even that doesn't report to you directly, it's an opportunity to maybe see how you might be able to support or even develop other people with some of these ideas and strategies. So I like to think that it's really anyone who identifies with that introverted skeptic kind of label. And also the idea of, if you know someone in your circle who is struggling a little bit, you might find some insights to help them out.
Amazing. So good. So the reason we're here, and I'm going to share screen, is because your book is available. Yay! C.O.A.C.H, the Introverted Skeptic's Guide to Leadership. It's available in paperback and Kindle. And today is the first day it's actually available. And you are already down here in the bestseller rank at 281. And so it does propagate pretty fast. So I bet you within the next couple of days we'll be there in the top 100, Becky. So just celebrating you, and how all your friends and family and colleagues can help is by purchasing your book and writing reviews so that other people can find this book and have access to it, and sharing with friends, and maybe even, buying it for your leadership team, or, all kinds of things like that. Lots of ways to support Becky. But I want to turn it over to everybody. We should raise a glass and cheers and celebrate. Yay. So cheers. Do you have your favorite drink handy?
Or even the thoughts of having a favorite beverage, right?
Yes. It's so funny because her husband walked in just before we started. He had these two beautiful glasses of wine. I'm going, do I get one of those? Can you send it through the line? So cheers to you, Becky, and your congratulations on all your hard work and giving birth to your beautiful book that is going to change lives and help so many. And because of all your determination and your experience and your knowledge, you've just packaged it in this wonderful package of wisdom to support those all through the whole entire world. So I just want to celebrate you and all your hard work and just honor you today. So cheers.
Cheers. Thank you.
Yay.
Thank you very much. And I just really appreciate the chance to celebrate this moment. Scott and I recorded me opening up my first hard copy that was distributed today.
Hold it up,
and so,
hold it up, pick it
so
up.
that was really an exciting moment too. So here, that's the back. We'll show the front first. So here's the front side of it, yay. And also the back. And I embarrassed Scott in the video, and I'm going to do it again because he's here and other people can see him because he's not behind the camera. Because I also did the dedication. Let me see if I can get that close up there. And the dedication reads, to all the introverted skeptic leaders, and especially my favorite, my husband, Scott. And so you can see him kind of cringing over there in the corner, kind of going, I don't really know what to do with this. But I really appreciate him in particular in terms of his big support and just ongoing patience with me, as I'm like, I need a word, just give me a word. And there are many of the friends and colleagues that are out here as well who have also been very giving and supportive. And so I would really also want to just raise a glass and cheers and appreciation for everyone who's joined me on this journey, and just really grateful for you.
We're grateful for you too,
Well, thanks. That's amazing. Thank you for saying that.
And on that note, I would love to open it up if anyone just has words of congratulations or any questions for Becky, and just feel free to either put up your imaginary hand there, or just simply, talk, and then the microphone will go your way.
How do we get signed copies?
So, I've been thinking about this, particularly since some people are not in my backyard. But
I'd be one.
You would be one, indeed. And so I'm trying to find a fun strategy for doing that, like cute little labels or something like that you buy the book and I can send you the label. Or, if we came up with reasons for a visit and I came over to sign it that way as well, I think those would be fun.
Perfect.
locally.
I'll buy mine and then we'll work on that second part.
Okay, I love that. And then the other side of it too is for anyone who's local, Amal has been a force of nature over there, helping me organize and get set up. There are a couple of signing dates that are happening, one in South Lyon and the other one in Royal Oak. So just kind of knowing which one might be closer to you if you want to get a signed copy. Friends across borders could come over if they wanted to, but I'm willing to cross over to you as well. And otherwise, yeah, I'm trying to find creative ways to get signatures across state lines, if you will.
Yeah, it's interesting that you say that, because that is the struggle now, that we're like, we can do everything online. Like we're having a party together, and some people from Canada, like all over, and in US and all over. So it's amazing. But the only thing with that, if we go on like podcast tours or book launch tours, is that's the missing piece is that signature inside the book. And so I'm so happy that, yeah, you're willing to do that, Beki. And it's so great that your local community has opened up for you as well and welcomed you in. And I'm sure there's going to be lots of book signings in the future, and local bookstores or bookstores across the like all over the world, right, can also have you. And then also what's great is going to lunch and learns and corporations and things like that, and bringing a whole stack of your author copies of the book, because you can order those yourself and then give them out as part of the package for your talk, or even making it, in the back table there, and you can sign them after your speaking engagements too. So lots of ways to get signed copies out there to the world as well. Anyone else?
Well, I just wanted to offer my congratulations, Beki. I think it's a huge accomplishment, and it's been really exciting to be along with you on this journey. So, well
A lot
done.
of sunny walks together.
Yes, many a sunny walk. I've been thinking about what you and Andrea were talking about earlier in terms of just, I think about the number of people who would fit into that introverted skeptic category within the organizations that I've worked in. And I think that, I have to imagine there's a lot of implications as to benefits from harnessing this at the leadership level within organizations to take advantage of, the skills and perspectives and such that folks like this bring. Can you say more about that and kind of what you see from a HR or C-level perspective on how we can do a better job kind of harnessing the power of people like this in organizations?
Yeah, I think the big thing that I see and was shared with me with some of the interviews that I did, and as I was kind of planning out what message I wanted to really kind of put forward inside the book. And what I kept on hearing was this expectation that people would be in kind of a performance when they went to work. This idea of, I have to leave me at the door, back when we used to drive to an office. I have to leave me at the door. And then as I go into the office, and now that's even figuratively speaking, I have to leave myself behind. And now I have to be this person that other people expect me to be. And I think that's where it does go both ways, right? One side is for the introverted skeptic to be able to learn how these two traits do have superpowers, and combining them with all of the other complexities that are within that person, because these are two traits. They're not all of the person, right? Like these are two things that stand out, but then combining that with all of the magic of all of the other pieces so that they can really make the impact and share what they see. Like, for example, one of the things I hear a lot is they feel criticized when I ask questions. And so part of the book is talking a little bit about, how can we address that? How do you want to kind of think through some of those pieces? And then what will you do differently as a consequence? And so really this idea of the person themselves recognizing the value of who they are and what they bring to the table. And then also for a potential reader who's not an introverted skeptic, or even connecting with other introverted skeptics, how do you reward that? How do you recognize the power of that questioning mind?
Yeah.
Does that
Great.
answer your question, Heather?
Yeah, yeah, it does. I just think that there's a lot of, like I said, a lot of untapped potential to harness there as leaders and organizations embrace, like you said, the superpower of people like this. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's there. It's
Yeah.
there. And sometimes they hide it. Like I would talk to people about skepticism and they were like, yeah, I don't ask questions anymore. Right. And it's like, well, that's too bad. Right. Like you've got great insights. You should ask more of those. Let's just talk about how you package it.
Oh,
Thank
so
you.
good. And your book does embrace it as a superpower, which is so fantastic. And like some of her chapters are hold your labels lightly or be heard even when you whisper. Like you may not be as loud as everybody else, but I love that chapter to be heard even when you whisper. There's do less, lead more. She talks about team advocacy. Yes, sometimes it's all about you. It needs to be all about you. And then she talks about decision making and cognitive distortions. And she talks all about strategic planning and like, what is the strategy? And there's I think one of my favorite chapters is the hold your labels lightly. And when she kept saying it and like, that's like a common theme. Like we got it. That's a chapter title. And it is so true. And then this whole idea of is like, even though we're labeling and we're talking about introverted skeptics, and maybe can you speak to that a little bit, Beki?
Yeah, I think it's really important to recognize that people are more than one or two things and that there is that complexity, and yet there might be these characteristics that really show up in force when we walk into a room or engage with people. And so recognizing that we have a choice in terms of how we show up. And so we can choose which labels come in with us and to what degree every time that we engage with people. So if, one of the things that I talk about is the fact that when I was in corporate life, and even to some of my coaching relationships as well, people would tell me that they thought I was intimidating. And I was always really puzzled by that because on the flip side, people were like, you're just so easy to talk to. You listen to me. And I'm like, so which is it? Am I intimidating or am I easy to talk to? Right. And so with that, really recognizing how I was showing up with different aspects of my personality and what story I was telling myself about who I was. And I see that in different versions and different flavors with my clients, even today. So really helping them be a little bit more conscious about when I walk into this room, when I engage in this conversation, this is how I'm going to show up. And it's not that there's something that's right or wrong or fake or not fake. It's really just making a choice of what do I want them to see about me when I'm engaging with them this time.
So good. And yeah, I love how you talk all about, do you feel like you're a human pretzel or like a chameleon? And so I'll just open it back up to anyone else in case there's anyone else that had any celebration for you or any questions.
I was going to say, I'm very thrilled. I've not read the book. I just downloaded it to my Kindle the other day, or it just popped in today. And it's been fun to hear about your journey. I'm excited to read about it because I'm an extrovert. My parents used to send me out to meet the neighbors when I'd move. But I've worked mostly with introverts my whole career. Engineers, IT folks. My current company, I work with a lot of data analysts and software engineers. And so I'm excited to read about it just to get some insights into, how I come across or how I may misinterpret how a more introverted or an introverted skeptic comes across. I work with lots of them. So to make sure that I'm not misinterpreting how they're presenting themselves.
Yeah, fabulous. I love that. Yeah, I think that there's a lot in there for an extrovert to absorb. And I also did a lot of looking into, if you're not a skeptic, what are you? Right. And really kind of that recognition that that's just someone who accepts things a little bit more on face value. And they're really first to trust until someone proves them wrong. Right. And so I think that finding this balance, and wherever you are on the spectrum of either one of those factors, just being more appreciative maybe of what the other person is thinking or feeling on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm grateful for you, Eileen. Thank you for that.
Good.
So wonderful. And also, I love how you also talk about the difference between skepticism and being cynical. and how actually skepticism can be a good thing. Like, and your example too is like, you have to, like, Beki would need to have like a lot of reasons why to have buy-in. And so, and so skepticism can actually be, like we said, a superpower, especially in the workplace, right? Looking at all angles of things. And so, yeah. So anyone else want to share? Karen, are you waving there, or are you just waving?
I would like to say something.
Yay,
Can you hear
Karen.
me? I
Yes.
just want Beki to know how very, very proud we are of her.
See, you're going to be the one that makes me cry, Mama.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
This is your mom?
This is actually my mother-in-law, who
Oh.
is my mama. So most of the people who are on this call, whenever I talk about going to see the mama, this is my mama.
We're so
She's
lucky.
amazing, and I appreciate her.
Thank you.
Karen, thank you so much for sharing and speaking up and sharing in the celebration. We all feel so proud of Beki as well. And that is so nice of you to be here. And thank goodness for technology, right?
Yeah.
And wonderful. Yay. Anyone else? Before we do our final cheers.
So I
Yes,
have to,
Teresa.
so congratulations, Beki. And it's been fun sitting back and listening to other people, because as an extrovert, I like to just jump right in and talk. So no, but it's wonderful to be part of this group of folks who are also supportive and happy for you. And I can't wait to get my copy signed and read it and really appreciate your words of wisdom there, Beki. So congratulations.
Thank you so very much. You're another one that's gone for walks with me. I do a lot of walking, I think.
Amazing. You have such great friends and support here, Beki. And in case there's any introverts hiding, I just want to give one more opportunity for anyone if they'd like to just say anything or ask any questions.
I do see one question out in the chat. Marion, you were asking about the details about Royal Oak. Amal and I are looking at the office coffee shop in Royal Oak. And Amal, you can tell me if I'm wrong just by shaking your head, but it's the Wednesday. So if I get the date wrong, I think it's the 25th of January that we'll be in Royal Oak, and the 11th that we will be in South Lyon. And those are tentative right now, but they're pretty sticky, but they're tentative still.
And of
Oh,
course,
awesome. I'll plan to be there. That's so exciting. And I'll bring a whole contingent of neighbors and friends. So
yeah, it's right in your backyard, isn't it? That's fabulous.
yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Before we say goodbye, I want to turn it over to you, Beki, if you have any last things you'd like to share here.
Well, I've made it this far and only teared up and didn't get the ugly cry going on. So we'll see how I make it through this next couple of seconds here. But again, it's just wonderful to see this collection of people coming together in celebration and in recognition of the effort. I so appreciate each and every one of you and just really value you all, and just thank you for coming today. Thank you for all the support that you've given me so far. And I look forward to more fantastic conversations going forward, whether it's about this or all of the other things that we get to talk about.
Yay. Awesome. Well, thank you, everybody. We're going to just go out with a happy dance, and thank you so much. Feel free to put any last minute comments in the chat, and I will make sure I give them to Beki. Thank you, everybody, for being here and helping us celebrate. It means the world. My clients mean the world to me. So it means the world that you are here supporting Beki. And grab your coffee. Yay.
Thanks, everyone.
bye. Thank
Bye.
you.
You're amazing.
Thank you.
Sorry, I couldn't go back.
Oh, Siri had something to say about that.
You tell her she's wrong if she doesn't agree with me.
That's right. Everyone's wrong when they don't agree with you, Felicia.
On that particular particular topic, yes. Love you. I'll talk to you soon.
Love
Bye,
you.
Thank you so
Dad.
much, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Really quick. Hi, Scott.
Yeah,
Should we
hi,
unmute him
hi,
now?
Scott. He's a looker.